From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is a special edition of your Daybreak Drive-In and the News 8 Daily for Tuesday, September 23rd. Dense fog out there this morning. Honestly, it was hard for me to drive in, so be careful. As we get daylight in the morning here, we're going to have cloudy conditions, spotty showers out there as well. The high will be in the upper 70s. Google will not build a data center in Franklin Township, at least for now. The tech giant announced it was pulling the plan before the City County Council could take a final vote on a rezoning request last night. News 8's Kat Sandoval was there as it happened.
The petitioner in this matter, and I'd like to announce our intention to withdraw this proposal.
Could hear cheers from protesters. The public assembly room was full, and so were two overflow rooms. The controversial Google data center was 486 acres of farmland located at Post Road and Troy Avenue. It would have taken about 10 years to build, and neighbors in the area were worried about water and noise pollution, along with rise in electricity prices. Meredith Sharp was worried about how the center would impact her community. She was organizing for months against the Google data center and is now elated.
They want no opposition. So when people stand together, when they come together, and there's the power of the people standing united, that is how you stop a data center.
Celebrating with her is Councilor Michael Paul Hart, who represents Franklin Township.
The public did an amazing job coming out. I think that's the reason why Google withdrew their petition today, is because I've seen how many people came out.
The people of Franklin Township have been heard. They have concerns, and I'm not sure that Google did a good enough job of answering the questions and laying out the facts.
I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com.
A man is under arrest for his role in a police shooting in Indianapolis. IMPD says 34-year-old Brian Edwards was taken into custody. Investigators say on Saturday night a person was threatening a McDonald's employee with a gun at 38th and Keystone. When officers arrived, they encountered Edwards. Police say there was a struggle. Edwards fired, then an officer fired. No one was shot. Police say Edwards ran from the scene but was captured about a block away at 39th and Tacoma. Indianapolis police and city health officials are pushing prevention measures after a weekend of violence. There were several shootings, including one that left 2 people dead. IMPD and the city are encouraging people to be a part of programs like the Indy Peace Fellowship. It provides life coaching and programming with local organizations to address the root causes of violence. City leaders say it's important to invest in community-based prevention.
Organizations like New Boy, Voices. These organizations are working with us to work with youth on programming, but then also how they can work towards cognitive behavioral therapy, different life choices, different choices in their mindset.
IMPD says the city has seen a 50% reduction in homicides and a 44% reduction in non-fatal shootings since it launched its violence reduction strategy. Wish TV and our parent company, Circle City Broadcasting, have launched YATVAC. That stands for Youth Alternatives to Violence and Crime. Our company is using our platform to educate, inform, and provide support to kids and teenagers, as well as their parents, grandparents, and caregivers. Go to the YATVAC page on our website, wishtv.com, to learn more. Jimmy Kimmel Live is back tonight. Disney suspended Kimmel's show on ABC last week after his comments about the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. It triggered a debate over free speech. Sherelle Hubbard reports.
The show, which was abruptly and indefinitely taken off the air last Wednesday, is returning. ABC pulled the show after criticism and threats by the FCC over Kimmel's monologue where he suggested Charlie Kirk's killer was affiliated with the Make America Great Again movement.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
First of all, he said a terrible thing about Charlie, but he also suffers from the fact that he's got no talent and he's got no ratings.
Federal Communications Commission Chair Brandon Carr and networks of affiliate stations had threatened ABC over the remarks.
This isn't even a partisan issue. Free speech is the counterweight. It is the check on government control. That is why censorship is the authoritarian's dream. Those are Brendan Carr's words.
Kimmel's suspension sparked national outrage, with many subscribers to ABC's parent company Disney canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions, and protests from New York to LA.
It is our enduring duty as Americans to uphold our right to free speech, not just for Jimmy Kimmel and the hundreds of people who work for him, but for the preservation of our Constitution.
On Monday, a spokesperson for Disney said they suspended the show to cool tension over Kimmel's comments. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
A fired Ball State administrator is suing the university's president for violating her First Amendment rights. Ball State fired Suzanne Swerk last week after her private Facebook post about Charlie Kirk's murder. State Attorney General Todd Rokita amplified the post on social media. Swerk said that while Kirk's death is a tragedy, his death is a reflection of the violence, fear, and hatred he sowed. Ball State says that the post caused significant disruption to the university and was inconsistent with her leadership position. Ball State's president and the university have not commented on the lawsuit. The ACLU of Indiana is representing Swerk and said public employees are free to speak on matters of public concern, so long as they are speaking as private citizens. Swerk's Facebook post clearly meets these criteria, and her termination was unconstitutional. Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point, will continue its college campus tour with prominent conservatives stepping in as guest hosts. The tour is scheduled to be at IU Bloomington on October 21st. It will feature former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, who's now facing his own controversy. This week, the Anti-Defamation League was among those accusing Carlson of making anti-Semitic comments at Kirk's memorial service on Sunday. During the service, Carlson compared Kirk's murder to the killing of Jesus in the Bible, making reference to unnamed people in power who may have wanted Kirk dead. Medical professionals are pushing back on President Trump's new claims that using Tylenol during pregnancy could lead to autism. Health experts say decades of evidence prove Tylenol is safe. Ivan Rodriguez reports.
Don't take it. Don't take it.
President Donald Trump strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy.
The use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism.
Trump announced Monday that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration will be notifying physicians that the use of acetaminophen during pregnancy, quote, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. Tylenol maker Kenvue said earlier this month it had engaged in a scientific exchange on the issue with U.S. Department of Health and Human Services officials. In a statement, the company says acetaminophen is the safest pain reliever option for pregnant women as needed throughout their entire pregnancy.
First of all, I'm worried that some women might end up taking ibuprofen, for which we know there are real risks.
According to a U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report published in April, the incidence of autism is on the rise, which one expert says is primarily due to a broadening of the definition and push for better screening in children. About 1 in every 31 children was diagnosed with autism by age 8 in 2022, up from 1 in 36 in 2020. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Sports now, the underdog and shorthanded Indiana Fever will try to pull off another upset on the road in Las Vegas tonight. Fever take on the Aces in Game 2 of the semifinal playoff series. Team shocked the Aces 89-73 in the first game of the best-of-5 series on Sunday. It's a remarkable run as the Fever are missing Caitlin Clark and 4 other players with injuries. Game 2 tips off tonight, 9:30 our time. Series comes to Indianapolis for Games 3 and 4 this Friday and Sunday. Tonight's game may be in Vegas, but you can still cheer the team on with a roaring crowd here. The team says it's hosting a Game 2 watch party downtown. It's at the Dugout Bar on Virginia Avenue. Fever says team mascot Freddie Fever and the team's dance team will be there. You do have to be at least 21, though, to go to the party. It starts at 9 before the game. Purdue University is once again launching the careers of astronauts. Derek Dennis tells us about 2 Boilermakers in NASA's latest class.
3, 2, 1, 0, liftoff.
Adding to a long tradition of astronauts with Indiana ties,
it's one small step for man,
most notably Neil Armstrong, who famously made that giant leap for mankind in 1969 by walking on the moon.
Ignition.
NASA introducing 2 new Purdue University grads, Adam Furman and Yuri Kubo, joining the space agency's 2025 class of astronaut candidates.
I've been wanting to do this since I was a little kid, since I was 7. And so, this is a culmination of a life's work.
The 40-year-old Kubo, a native of Columbus, joining me from NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston after being named among 10 new astronaut trainees. He and Furman now the 29th and 30th members of Purdue's so-called Cradle of Astronauts.
He was there a little bit later than I was, so we didn't get a chance to overlap. But even though we've only known each other for about a week, we're fast friends already.
And now comes the hard part, 2 years of rigorous space training after an already exhausting yet exhilarating application process.
That's right. Yeah, we have 2 years of training that spans from survival training to high-performance jet training to spacewalk training.
All for the chance to explore space and conduct scientific experiments while taking Indiana with him.
Love Indiana. I love having grown up in Columbus. It's my hometown. I'm a Hoosier. That'll always be a part of me. Super excited to be representing the state and super excited to be able to be here and make y'all proud.
I'm Derek Dennis for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Wish TV is your education station. An Indianapolis public school is thinking outside the classroom and inside a chicken coop. News 8's Gina Galeros takes us there.
At first glance, this chicken coop looks like it'd be on an Indiana farm.
We get their eggs, and then we give them water, and then we feed them, and then we put them in their coop.
These chickens, almost 24 of them and 2 ducks, are right outside William McKinley School 39.
They know how to unlock the cage.
Did you teach them how to unlock the cage?
Nope.
They're just smart.
Yeah, they're smart. They're very smart.
5th graders, including Uriah Spivey, look after these chickens.
Do you have a favorite chicken?
Yes.
Who's your favorite?
Peanut.
Why is Peanut your favorite?
Because she has, she was born with a broken foot, and the way she walks is just funny.
But make no mistake, these students take their job seriously.
Miss Perry chose us.
So when I came here as principal and saw this expansive space that we had, I'm like, oh, we can do chickens on a larger scale. So I convinced the teachers that it was a good idea, and that took some convincing.
Teachers nominate 5th graders, referring to them as chicken tenders.
Because they tend to the chickens, so I just started calling them chicken tenders. We got a good laugh out of it, and it stuck.
Students raise the newborns in the classroom and go on to care for them outside.
Oh yeah, I have 1st graders who tell me they're going to be a chicken tender when they grow up, meaning get to 5th grade. So yes, it's a highly sought after position.
With students and staff seeing the payoff.
It's learning, responsibility.
So besides learning empathy and responsibility, they are learning about the life cycle. So there's biology in it, there's math. We talk about, how much food they're going to need.
The Exploratory School's latest hands-on project to incorporate learning into day-to-day life.
It really motivates them to be their best self every day.
I'm Gina Galeros for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This has been your News 8 Daily and Daybreak Drive-In from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.